Good morning, myself Ganesh. My registration number is 22MAS0525. Today we'll see about Agile, introduction to Agile. Before moving on to the Agile, we'll see about how the software development lifecycle will work. In normal software development lifecycle, we have the different phases called requirement, design, implementation, testing, all those things. But to comparatively in Agile, we have only 5 stages. The two will be proceed like previous itself, like inception, elaboration, those things. In normal waterfall model, we have a requirement phase, design phase, development phase, testing phase. Each phase will carry the different team members, and the different team members will be developing their own projects. Like the requirement team will develop the SRS document, requirement specification document. But in Agile, all those things will be take care in by a single team in Agile. Here in Agile phase, we have concept, inception, iteration, release, maintenance, retirement. In conception modeling, all the requirements phase that we saw in the waterfall modeling will be take care in the concept. Requirement gathering will be minimum set, whether we need to go move with the requirements, all kind of feasible study, cost estimation, risk estimation, the priority of the project. If anything is pending, so it will set up. And after the concepting phase, we have inception phase. In the inception phase, we just go through the document. The decisions will be taken over based on that. We have the collaboration of both ownership and the client side. Both client and server side will be operatorly maintained. Product owner can choose a suitable specification, whether it should be a freelancer or the development team, the number of devs the development will be developed, and the approaches, what are the approaches we're going to use to develop a product, the tools that we're going to use for this. Those things will be take carried on the inception phase. In iteration phase, we are mainly focusing on UN UX design and the validation and the customer testing. In other process model, another waterfall model or iterative or rad or spiral model, in the different phases at the end of the testing we have acceptance testing. At acceptance testing, the user end will be come to the development team. They just go to the user place, they just inquire and they just verify those things. But in the Agile, in the iteration approach itself, all those the testing will be take care of. Now if we come move to the release phase, in a software development, the release phase will be take carried by the question and answer engineer conductor. It's like QCM will be conducted in the college. We conduct the QCM in the sense faculty students review how the faculty is responding to the students. Those kind of things will be taken using training. The main well defined document will be maintained. The maintenance phase, all kind of testing, unit testing, validation testing, acceptance testing, regression testing, all kind of testings will be take care under the maintenance testing. Retirement, for every software we have a retirement. Maybe it can be, we can say the time is over for the software, outdated software, all those things will become under the retirement phase. Opt selective due to the solution, but maybe the reason for retirement is upcoming new technologies, new solution. So this was a basic difference of Agile and Waterfall. And here I just, this is some explanation. In the iteration approach, we have planning, requirement analysis, software architecture, quality assurance testing, delivery iterative. But all together we'll have in a Agile team, and we have different types of principles. And before manifesto, in normal things, in normal software development life cycle, we just focus on process and tools. But in Agile, we just focus more on individualities and interaction. Instead of in sorry I instead of focusing on individualities, we just focus on a process and tools. Here we no need the complete documentation. In here that we won't carry the documentation. Less document, more working. Instead of customer, instead of contract negotiation, here we'll focus about customer collaboration. The detail will be shown in next PPT. Yeah, in agile method, customer collaboration. In traditional, contract negotiation. In agile, we have individual interaction. In agile principle, we are focusing for complete individual interaction and working software, those things. This is just an example of those things. And we have 12 types of principles. Are the first priority is to satisfy the customer. In traditional softwares, we are not that much involved in the focus of the customers. But in the agile software, the maximum focus will be the to satisfy the customer. From the beginning phase, from the conception phase itself, there is a full path of the customers, maybe in the sense of stakeholders, to interact with the development team. They just share the thoughts, maybe in that kind of updation, those kind of things will be sharing. In agile, always welcoming the changing requirement. In waterfall model, once the requirements have been fixed, then we cannot able to proceed for requirement change in waterfall model. In the incrementer, all those things maybe we can change at the middle level. But in the agile model, the requirement change will be encouraged at any moment of the time. Just a minute, I hope the meeting will be cancelled. But in agile team, we are focusing only in agile. We are always welcoming the changes. Maybe the customer wants to add some new model at the end of the testing team. In agile, if we choose in the agile, we need to welcome them and the delivering working software fluently. Yeah, we are ensure the quality of the software is working and they're going through with the daily updates and motivating the individualities. Instead of focusing is like there are 10 modules, 7 modules are going in a very speed model, a very smoother way, and 2 are remaining not change. So in the agile, we are focus all to will focus where the documents are stuck and where the process has been stuck. We will focus at there, and the face to face should be mainly focused in agile. Working software is a primary measure. If in other traditional software, we can say that the model is working 98%, 2% may be the failure rate. But in agile, we need to ensure the working software, technical excellence, and the simplicity. When the code is too simple, we can ensure the quality is too high. To reduce the complexity, we make it as simple. These are the 12 principles that we can go through, and these are the 12 principles. 12 principles and benefits of agile. So the customer needs to meet and great reliability, and if definitely we have advantages, so we have disadvantages. In the agile, less documentation. So if any new person has been joined in the team without document, they cannot able to proceed and they cannot able to move back to the previous steps without documentation. So it's very big task to proceed. Model of the purpose and types of agile, and yeah, now I just made this thing and compared it to agile and the waterfall. Here is iterative, representations, planning, methodologies, and those individual modalities and working software. These are the 12 principles of the agile. Customer satisfaction role earlier and the customer delivery and the benefits. Increase the customer satisfaction. What's the main benefit in the agile is increase the customer satisfaction and improve product quality. While we are engaging with the customers At the time of development itself, we can figure out the errors or unexpected flow what they may use, like in the sense of like a WhatsApp. Will take as a WhatsApp is an application that many of doesn't know how to use. Maybe maximum of the people is using the naive user in the sense less educated people, so they don't want to know about how it's functionally working, but they are encouraging with how the quality of the software, how they are responding, how its response and how easy to use. At the time we can figure out, so reduce the risk in iterative development, and the frequent delivery allows easy detection, increase team morals, faster time to market. Here the time, but in agile we cannot fix the time and budget. And this is the just I made it. The daily task may be planning. Every day the new planning will be taken. If anything happen wrong on the day, so they start the meeting and they proceed it, and they just inquire the document and go through it. And the iterative scrubs and the testing in agile testing is an integral part of development process, enhancing continuous learning and feedback. And the key principles should be test easier and often. Test go through development life cycle. Automated testing will be gone through. Here in the PPT set, there was a topic called Agile project management, and yeah, this just a comparison of the traditional model and Agile model. The fixed scope will be there on the traditional, but here it's a flexible and low uncertainty. High uncertainty avoid changes, always encouraging the changes. And this the just testing will go to testing directly. Agile testing. In traditional testing, work independently and they never meet with developer. In traditional software, for all the maximum of the companies in the level 5 or level 4, they have a different team of testing. But in agile, maximum of the testing will be carried out by the development team itself. Here testing expense is not unified in any development team. Here they may be in the UX. It is very easy to use. The principles of testing. The testing is a continuous feedback from the users. Test performance, decrease the feedback, response time, simplicity, less documentation. All things will be comes under this thing. And agile testing methods will come under BDD, behavior development and acceptance testing development, ET, and the questionnaire will be taken, and the agile strategies and those things will be taken care in. And the challenges in agile testing, last minute modification. Why? Because of maybe the users may come at the last moment, the changes that in agile we have welcoming changes, so maybe at the time of implementation also they may come, they will ask to change, so we need to do all those things. Tool selection, because every time the tools will be differ. At the time we need to choose the different tools. Lack of documentation has, special in the testing we are more focusing on the documentation. We will write the test id, test case, test description, what are the focus that we gonna do. But here it's a like repeated modification the code, limitation test coverage. And this just the flow, plan, continuous feedback, operation, deployment, integration and build. So based on this presentation we can conclude that to comparatively all other traditional development life cycle, we can ensure that agile is a best software, best development life cycle to choose in this generation, in the sense after COVID, the 2020. So thank you for watching this video, and myself Ganesh, and registration number is 22MS0525. Thank you, sir.